Shalom Aleichem Mishpachim. I'm here with another Torah reading. We are still in the Torah portion of Chayei Sarah, which is the life of Sarah. And I am reading, I'm a day behind. I am reading the third Torah reading. I believe today would be the fourth, but I am reading the third. So we will begin. I'm using again my chitas, which has the Chumash, which has the Torah in it. And we will begin with the third reading. And let us begin. Chapter 24, verse 10. Third reading. The servant then took 10 of his master's camels and set out with a document listing all his master's wealth and affirming its transfer to Isaac in his hand. He rose up and made his way to Aram Naharaim, to Haran, the city where Nahor, Abraham's brother, had settled. All right. Verse 10. Rashi, right here. Of his master's camels, they were distinguishable from other camels in that they would go out muzzled in order to avoid stealing, so that they would not graze in other people's fields. With all his master's wealth in his hand, Abraham wrote Isaac a deed, giving him everything that was his as a gift, in order that people would be eager to send him their daughter. Aram Naharaim. It was so called because it was situated between two rivers. Verse 11. Torah. Eliezer made the camels kneel outside the city near a well of water in the afternoon when women go out to draw water. Verse 11, Rashi. He made the camels kneel means he made them crouch. Verse 12, Torah. He said, God of my master Abraham, arrange events for me this day such that you grant a favor to my master Abraham. Here I stand by the spring of water, and the daughters of the townsmen are coming out to draw water. Let it be that the maiden to whom I say, please tilt your pitcher so that I may drink, and who replies, drink, and I will also give water to your men and camels, will be the one whom you have designated for your servant Isaac. I will know through her that you have acted kindly with my master. Verse 14, Rashi. Will be the one whom you have designated. She is fit for him, for she will be charitable and thus worthy of entering Abraham's household. The expression right here means here proved, a privest in Old French. I will know through her. This is a plea. Let me know through her that you have acted kindly. If she will be from my master's family and suitable for him as a wife, I will know that you have acted kindly with my master. Verse 15. He had not yet finished speaking to God when Rebekah came out. She had been born to Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Abraham's brother Nahor. Her pitcher was on her shoulder. The maiden was of a very beautiful appearance. She was a virgin, whom no man had known carnally in any way. She went down to the spring, filled her pitcher, and came back up. Verse 16, Rashi. A virgin, indicating that she was preserved for Hymen, whom no man had known, even in an unnatural way, since the Gentile girls would preserve their hymens and be promiscuous elsewhere. The Torah testifies about Rebekah that she was completely free of immoral conduct. Verse 17, Torah. The servant ran toward her and said, If you would, let me sip little water from your pitcher. All right. Verse 17, Rashi. The servant ran toward her because he saw that the water had risen towards her. If you would, let me sip. This is an expression of sipping. Humor in Old French. 18. Torah. She said, Drink, sir, and quickly lowered her pitcher from her shoulder onto her hand and gave him a drink. Verse 18. Rashi. She lowered her pitcher from her shoulder. Verse 19. Torah. When she had finished giving him to drink, she said, "Let me draw water for your camels, too, until they have drunk their fill." Verse 19, Rashi. Until, literally, that they have finished. Here, the word, I believe that says et, or, no, it's not et. Is used in the sense of, that means, as Onkelos translates, when they have enough, because it is when they have drunk their fill that they finish drinking. Verse 20, Torah. She quickly emptied her pitcher into the trough and ran to the well again to draw water, and she drew water for all his camels. Verse 20, Rashi. She emptied, an expression of pouring out. This verb is used many times in Mishnaic language. If one pours from one container to another. In Scripture, it is used in a similar sense. Do not cast out my soul, and that he has cast out his soul unto death, is a hollowed out stone from which camels drink, which is this, or the pitcher, or the the trough, or the pitcher. Verse 21, Torah. The man wondered about her if she would prove to be from Abraham's family. He thought silently, wanting to know whether or not God had made his journey successful. Verse 21, Rashi. This is an expression of desolation, as in, the cities lie in waste, and the land will be utterly deserted. This means he was astonished and perplexed, for he saw his mission close to success. But he did not yet know if she was from Abraham's family or not. Do not be puzzled by the tav of this word, for you do not find any word whose first root letter is a shin, that, when used in the hitzpa'al reflexive form, that usually has a tav before the root letters. This is grammatical. So we'll move on. Astounded to her means he was bewildered about her. As we find similarly, say about me, he is my brother, and local people asked about his wife. Verse 22, Torah. When the camels had drunk their fill, the man took a gold nose ring weighing a beka, half a shekel, and 2 gold bracelets weighing 10 gold shekels for her arms, and gave them to her. Verse 22, Rashi. A beka, an allusion to the shekels that the Israelites would contribute, about which it says, a beka per hand, which is a half shekel, and 2 bracelets, an allusion to the 2 tablets of stone, which were paired together, weighing 10 gold shekels, an allusion to the 10 commandments written on the tablets. Verse 23, Torah. He said, whose daughter are you? If you would, tell me if there is room in your father's house for us to spend the night. Verse 23, Rashi. He said, whose daughter are you? He asked her this after having given her the presents, for he was confident that on account of Abraham's marriage, the Holy One, blessed be he, had made his journey successful. Literally, this means for a night's stay. This word is a noun, or is your plant? Okay. Verse 24, Torah. She said to him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, son of Milcah, whom she bore to Nahor. Verse 24, Rashi. The daughter of Bethuel, she answered his first question first, and his last one last. Verse 25, Rashi, our Torah. She then said, we have plenty of straw and fodder, as well as a place to spend many nights. Verse 25, Rashi. Fodder, all kinds of camels' food is called straw and barley, which is fodder. Verse 26, hear this, the man bowed his head and prostrated himself. Hearing this, the man bowed his head and prostrated himself to God. All right, and that is the third reading of Chayei Sarah. And as always, I will read from the Lubavitcher Rebbe's Torah insight on the Parsha. This is his daily wisdom sefer. All right, Va'era, that's not where I want. That's not also where I went. Chayei Sarah. Third reading. Here we go. Third reading. Genesis, Bereshit, chapter 24, verses 10 through 26. Eliezer and his caravan arrived at the well outside Haran, where Abraham's family lived. When the women of the city were drawing water, Eliezer prayed that God guide him towards Isaac's proper match by having her respond generously to his request that she provide water for him and his entourage. And indeed, before Eliezer finished his prayer, Abraham's grandniece, Rebekah, arrived. The answer to our prayer, that's the title of this Torah wisdom. He had not yet finished speaking when Rebekah came out. She had been born to Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Abraham's brother, Nahor. Her pitcher was on her shoulder. We do not always merit, as Eliezer did, to have our prayers answered instantaneously. Usually this is because we have overly distanced ourselves from God. God may have in fact already answered our prayers, but because of our self-imposed distance from him, his answer may have to undergo a lengthy process before reaching us. By drawing closer to God and eliminating this artificial distance between ourselves and him, we can receive the answers to our prayers more quickly. And that is the wisdom on the Parsha from the Lubavitcher Rebbe.